a longtime acquaintance that he recognized, and you guys immediately beat to a pulp along with his Blink Dog army. Relius, the what do I want to call him? The Eladrin is KO'd. You guys just got done with the fight. The floor is yours.
I'm sorry, did we did a rest or no? We
Rest
did.
So this was you
thought.
guys, yeah, like it was nighttime. You guys are chilling around the fire.
All
Bad
right.
guy came. You fought. So it's like 7, 8, 9 o'clock. It's nighttime, but you guys haven't rested yet.
Where am I? Oh, I'm over here.
I suppose, yeah, I'm gonna make sure this guy's tied up good.
I'm also gonna
Take him
go.
over.
I'm also gonna go check him. Maybe kick him in the ribs once, discreetly. Discreetly, like.
Okay, let's get a sleight of hand check for Roki. And if you'd like to do damage, go for
No,
the
no,
attack
no,
roll.
no,
Okay,
no,
then
no,
let's
no
give me
damage.
give me a
Well,
perception,
I
an
just-
investigation since you're being hands on.
I want him to be bruised, but not actually hurt.
That's
Investigation.
the definition of a bruise, but okay.
Oops.
It's cold. Your hands are a little chilly.
Do I notice that he seems to be
Yeah,
fumbling?
you guys all notice that.
All right, so
I'm
I'm
kind
gonna.
of rethinking when you guys have like basically unlimited time to do this, that we can just say like you tied them up well. What do you guys think about it? Like when it's something where it's not you're not in a time constraint, and obviously if someone sees you tie them up poorly, they're gonna just retie it until it's tied correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
They used to
So-
have that something like that in 5th edition, where it's just taking 20. When you have unlimited time, you can just take a roll of a 20.
Okay, yeah. So we'll kind of probably play with that if there's unforeseen consequences. But yes, he is tied up. He actually tied up well. And yeah, let's see here. Yaru, he is definitely KO'd and was already bloodied and bruised, but even more so now.
Okay.
Yaru, this is your friend?
No, not a friend. An enemy.
And he is hunting you.
Hunting, yeah. I don't know what his deal is, to be honest. I do know he has it out for me and my kin. Don't know why. But he has wronged me greatly. And I don't know
What did he do to wrong you?
it's a long story. Don't know.
You
Don't
wouldn't
know where
have
to start.
actually shot you with lightning, right?
I kind of give Jeff the side eye. But
Well, I didn't do
but
it.
I don't actually go after Jeff, because I'm preoccupied with homeboy here, and also, even though he damaged me, he did actually kind of save my life with that lightning bolt. Because there's no way I'm 1v4ing blink dogs in that
You
scenario.
didn't see that blink dog that was it shot electric out of its mouth?
No,
You
I'm
didn't see
very
that
much
one?
I'm very much aware that I know how blink dogs work, Jeff. My family was responsible for raising blink dogs in the Feywild.
Ah. Yeah, maybe I'm just, losing my mind a little bit.
No, so this guy, I don't know exactly. I'm still trying to find out exactly what happened, but basically the short story is my family was, well established in the Feywild. We were, nobility on some level, and one day they just came for us and kicked us out, and he was there, with his smug face. And I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened. I was young when it happened, but I know he had something to do with it.
Sounds like we might be able to find out what happened. And I put my hand towards him like, here you go.
I'm conflicted, to be honest. Part of me wants to just, kill him. The other part of me wants answers.
I think we definitely need some answers first. I don't feel comfortable killing someone that you don't know really anything about. Right?
Yeah.
We'll just because we've been kind of cobbling this together. G, basically, like you know him well. You guys essentially been like butting heads since you were kids, essentially. Different families, always butting heads, and then you have a sneaking suspicion he was part of why you guys got kicked out of the Feywild, but you don't have any sort of proof at the moment.
Right.
But that's what made the most sense because you guys were always at odds.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like I don't have hardcore proof he was like, he was responsible, but I'm like my gut tells me he was. He and his ilk.
Ah, well then let's ask him. And I gesture towards him again.
He's unconscious. Are you gonna wake him up? Like, what's the plan here?
Yeah, he's tied up. We can wake him up.
All right, let's go for it. Or, I don't know. Well, yeah, let's question him. But I have an idea what to do with him afterwards.
Can you charm an unconscious person? Like they just automatically fail their saves, right? And then charm them and then wake them up.
It would depend on the type of spell because sometimes they have to hear you. Like they have to be able to hear your words. They can't be that sort of thing.
Charm person. It's just the only qualifier is a humanoid you can see within range. Does not say they have to be awake.
That's an interesting point.
So I'm pretty sure if you're unconscious,
Google, what you got?
automatically fail.
Now,
saves.
even if he was awake, I don't know. I feel like I should automatically get disadvantage since he knows me.
But it doesn't matter if you have disadvantage. He automatically.
Oh, he will
fails.
automatically fail. He has to
Yeah.
do. He can't do a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage even when he's asleep.
Not when you're. No, he's not asleep. He's unconscious.
Okay. I mean, you're unconscious when you sleep, but yeah, I see your point.
It's a game state.
Yeah.
I would say as long as that it doesn't specifically say they need to hear your words, understand you, blah, 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 then the spell would work. And I would probably even, I would give them disadvantage. I would make them save, but, it'd be with disadvantage because they're...
All right. I shall...
Just kidding. No, it is creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. It doesn't say anything about wisdom.
Okay. But he'll have disadvantage, though, on a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna give him a chance, but...
Okay,
it's not
so
gonna be a good one.
I shall attempt to charm.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
An hour, nice.
Oh, wait, disadvantage. Oh, dang it, I already forgot about my disadvantage. Yes, he fails to save.
Nice.
So I kind of rub my hands together and do just a motion with my hands, and when I cast charm person, and I feel it take hold, and I'm like, okay, he's mine now.
All right, so I'll splash some water on his face.
Okay, and with that, he's probably still knocked out, but it's fine. He wakes up and he starts, he sputters the water that's now mixed with some of, he's got a split lip, and his left or his right eye is almost completely closed now after the beating he took, but he sputters to life and does his best to kind of sit up and take in his surroundings.
At this point, very uncharacteristic for Yaru. Up to this point, he had been very serious, glowering almost. As he is considering the elf on the ground before him. But as Relius comes to consciousness, he immediately goes back to jovial, he puts his mask back on essentially, and he squats down. And he said, "Relius, old buddy, what brings you to this part of the woods?"
Let's get a deception check first.
A deception check. Do I have to do if he's charmed?
He's
Deception.
charmed. It's a friendly acquaintance. A friendly acquaintance wouldn't think like, oh, is he deceiving me?
Sure, why not? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I just asked, old buddy, what brings you to this part of the woods?
He's not lying about anything in that.
Well,
he is
his whole
like-
facade though is fake.
Yeah, but
that's
that's
what
Yaro's normal state. He's always got that facade up, and only now did anybody ever see behind it. Like he's always like that.
So he's much more like, he's much more. Are you guys, is everybody? I assume you guys are all surrounding Relius. Probably. Yeah, he's around the campfire. You guys are all there too. Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely there. I think Roki is there because he tied him up, even though his token isn't there.
Yeah, so he is definitely much more guarded. He's not as quite the, like, remember when he came in, he was pretty confident, and he was like jovial. It was kind of like a snobby, confidence, but he was being a dick is what he was being. But he definitely is guarded, looking at everyone else, who, keep in mind, he doesn't consider them friendly acquaintances, but ironically, he considers his arch nemesis a friendly acquaintance for the moment. 1 hour. So he looks around at everyone and looks at you, and which I guess I'll correct you now. So Relius and his family were the ones responsible for all the blink dog population. You guys were like the mouthpiece of the Sealy Court.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I opened that information up after I had already said the words that were incorrect, so that's my bad.
No, that's all good. He kind of is, after he kind of focuses back on you, and he doesn't like laugh necessarily. He starts to a little, and just says, "What are the odds that we found each other here?"
I tell you, yeah, the universe has a funny way of bringing people together.
And now that he's kind of had a second to gather his surroundings, he sees the 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 blink dogs dead around the pack. And you see him like just soak it all in what happened. And now he addresses the group and just goes, what have you done? Why did you do this?
You don't remember?
All of them? You killed all? No, he does, but he doesn't know these people. And
what does he remember?
There was a pretty.
What does he remember?
There was a pretty. No, he remembers everything, but just remember how this all started was he casted a spell on you that you pushed off, and then just like it all broke loose.
Yeah.
Immediately, spells were flying, dogs were blinking. So he's incredulous at the destruction that's around him, because he kind of remember that he kind of like went over here in the underbrush and didn't see a lot of what was going on here in the main area, and is extremely distraught at the loss of this large blink dog pack that he was responsible for.
These were your blink dogs.
Yeah,
Jeff will point to the dead carcasses of all the blink dogs around.
We came here to hunt, and you killed all of them.
I hate to tell you, Relius, your training didn't seem to take, because they were trying to hunt us.
No, they weren't hunting you, but when you attack their master, of course they're going to try to defend.
This
wouldn't be
the first time I prematurely
Wait.
murdered some
Is
things.
my memory failing? I don't think we threw the first punch. Does anybody remember who actually attacked first?
That would have been Roki, who flew in hot as balls and beat him up pretty good right off the bat.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You told me to.
Relius did cast the first spell, but that's.
Oh yeah, okay, thank you. I was wondering, is like, did we really just straight up attack him for no reason?
No, I asked Yaru before I ran in. I was
Yeah,
like,
but now I
what's
remember
with this guy?
I remember the cycle of decision making because he tried to cast a spell on me. I was like, hey man, you cast a spell on me, or tried to. My friends don't take kindly to those sorts of opening interactions.
It was supposed to be a prank, dude. I just, I cast a spell and it was hold person, and I was gonna twirl you around a few times and then just like, let's see here. I was looking to talk, man.
Well,
I thought, this would be a hilarious start. I was gonna scare you a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
and then
I hate to tell you, we're kind of wound a little tight these days. So sorry, but I'm here to talk now.
Clearly. Well, forgive me if I'm not really in the talking mood anymore.
Oh, don't be like that.
Who are you?
That's Jeff.
Listen.
Don't worry about him.
You don't know me, but I know your blink dogs. Okay.
It looks like they kind of got to know you pretty well too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, but you don't see me raising a kerfuffle over getting, attacked by all your dogs. Shit happens, it's okay.
It's okay.
At this point, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we got stuff to do anyway, so we can probably just tie you to this tree here. I'm sure you'll get free eventually if you're not up to talking.
Why would you tie me to a tree?
It's a prank, dude.
I don't get it.
That's okay. It would be funny to leave you here tied to a tree.
Yeah, no. I don't know how to freaking play this. He's literally your enemy, but he regards you as a friendly acquaintance. But you could be mad at your friends, I would say. I would argue.
Yeah. You could. You could be.
So
not to the point of, refusing to talk, I guess. But
yeah. Or answer questions.
You guys have you've done enough. If you've got things to do, then just leave.
Don't tell Jeff what
Someone's got to bury these blink dogs. What'd you say, Peter?
I said, don't tell Jeff what to do.
Ah, Jeff.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. You want my full name, address? Listen, man, I don't know if you know this, but I just murdered a bunch of your dogs. You don't want to mess with us. And I'm gonna
this was their. You're proud of this. These were basically puppies. This was their first outing.
Okay.
And you're proud of this destruction. You're proud of this.
Enemy puppies.
They weren't. They weren't. They would not have come after you if you had come after me.
Do I have? Hold on.
Well, hey,
Okay, cool. I'm going to. So I have a message.
Okay.
I'm going to use it to talk to Roki. Discreetly point at him, and I'm basically gonna say, I don't think he's gonna give us anything. I don't think this is the last time we're gonna see this guy. Let's just tie him to a tree and be about our business for now.
Hey, Yaru, how's the fam doing?
Also, I might kill him if I talk to him for too much longer.
Aren't you trying to get information from him about your family and if he was involved?
We probably need to start torturing him, I think.
I think that might be a bit too much.
Yeah, he's charmed, but he doesn't seem to be cooperative.
Did you ask him yet?
I mean, I asked him
a basic question, which
is what brings you here. He's not answering.
but ask him
Well,
about.
I did. I said this was like they were basically hunting.
Okay.
They were.
Yeah.
This was a hunting party essentially,
Okay.
and
okay.
they stumbled upon you guys.
So ask him the questions you want to ask him.
Okay. All right. I look back at Aurelius and I'm like, well, you tell me. I haven't seen most of my family in a while. Do you know why we got kicked out of the Feywild?
I don't know how to play this.
I was trying to give you an out, Doc. Rock wasn't having it.
No.
No, it's fine. Either way, this was probably going to happen again, so it's fine. This is just tricky because he was gonna. I had a whole thing set up and I can't do it. He's
Probably
like,
the
he
only
says,
chance you have to ask him these questions.
Yeah,
so.
no, you're right. You're right.
the last says, well, I mean, the last time I saw them was when you guys all stepped through the portal for the last, or not for, yeah, for the last time.
Well, what do you know? What? Okay, so I had no idea why that happened. Do you know why it happened?
Sorry, I should have planned ahead for a charm person or something similar.
If
He
you,
says,
I mean, if you want to wait to do like more.
no,
story stuff
no,
then
it's
later.
fine. This is the whole point, is to get better as DM, I gotta be better at this. He looks earnestly at you and he says, well, treason.
Treason. What treason?
Your family was trying to stage a coup.
Coup?
On who?
I'd imagine.
On the
On
Sealy,
who?
on
I
the
like
Sealy
that.
port, which I think you would probably be the only one to know. The Sealy
Yeah.
port is just like the
the collection
pantheon,
of-
the deities
Yeah.
of in the Feywild.
I'm like, my family didn't have a treasonous bone in their bodies. I mean, our whole thing was serving the court. Like that's all we ever wanted. Who was bringing the charges? What was the evidence? Like, I mean, Yar's completely incredulous of this whole thing.
He says, I mean, he says to you, he says to you, he says to you, all right, he says, well, I mean, the evidence, it was pretty clear. There were papers, there were letters, there were notes, all written in your father's hand, sent to other members of other nobility.
Who testified? Who gave evidence? Who are the witnesses? I want their names.
Oh, yes. Okay.
How do we know this evidence wasn't manufactured or planted?
And thankfully, I rolled really well. So as you guys start to press in on like the questions, especially on some pretty like, even if considered as a friend, as he realizes he's already said a lot that maybe shouldn't have been said, and you hear him mutter a few arcane words, and in a purple haze is gone from your immediate presence.
I immediately look around to see if I can see him with insight.
Go ahead and make a perception check, which it is nighttime. I don't believe you have dark vision, so disadvantage. You do have the campfire, but that's only like 30 feet. Yeah, so basically what happened was you guys started to really press him for some answers, and even in his haze, which you got way more out of him than I anticipated because of your charm person, he realized that his big mouth was gotten a little too big.
I'm gonna look over
with a
at
9
and go, why didn't you tie him up?
He was tied up.
He was tied up.
Apparently
a-
not tight enough.
It was a spell, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. There weren't our motions. There weren't other things. It's
Yeah.
just
I
arcane
yell
words.
out to everybody, quickly search the area. He can't be too far. And then I run off north.
Okay. Oh, that's a good point. Hold on, because that might actually be important.
Which direction he teleported?
Yep. Okay. All right. So, what's the? I wouldn't want this to be survival because there's not necessarily.
I would do a perception. Continue.
Yeah,
doing
I think I'll
perception,
just
'cause
keep at it with perception.
it's sight and sound too.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and make, if you're going up north, and we'll take turns here. This isn't necessarily combat. Go ahead and roll another perception check, disadvantage Roki, and then we'll kind of go around the room for what you guys want to do. If you want to do anything. This is still,
Which
for a lot of
direc-
you guys, this was
which-
a complete strange.
Which
11,
which direction did Roki go in?
I
Loki went north.
up here to these trees and stuff.
So in 11, you thought, I mean, for speed, you started out high, and then you're like, well, I'm not going to be able to find anything here. And you kind of went a little slower down closer to the ground. No sign. I mean, you've traveled, we're going to do like several turns at the same time type of thing. So you've traveled 100, 200, 300 feet, no sign of them.
All right, I'm gonna go down here.
You're going southeast. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get which you do have dark vision, I believe. So just
I
make
do.
a straight perception check for me. $16. With a 16, probably, I mean, you're off the map at this point, but so this is all, hopefully I can do well enough that this will be theater of the mind. Like you're 200, 250, you've gone quite a ways, and still way farther ahead. It almost sounds like a deer running through the underbrush, but something is definitely running away from you and just crashing through the underbrush.
Wait, he's running like his feet would have been.
Oh
tied
shoot!
up.
Never mind. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot he was actually tied up. That's an important note.
I did not pull a who was that? Peter, in my one shot.
Yeah, no.
Tying up the
I'm
hand.
assuming his hands and feet are both bound. That was
Right,
that
yeah.
wasn't. I wasn't gonna jip you guys on that. That was me forgetting.
Oh.
So really, that would make it even easier to. Well, you still
just
hear
think-
that he is. I'm gonna say he's unbound himself at this point.
Right, but it would take him quite a bit of time to unbind himself. That's what I'm thinking. He
Sure.
wouldn't have been so far. If that's him, I suppose.
How far
you
away?
guys didn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
You barely, like, he is way far away. You barely hear.
How far away
and
is
you hear
Roki
something?
from me?
Too far.
Oh, Roki. Oh yeah, because you guys basically went opposite directions. There's
more-
definitely no way Roki can hear you.
No,
Yeah.
more than 120 feet.
Oh yeah. Like you've probably gone 250
How far-
in southeast.
How far is Jeff from me?
So, well, we'll do this to kind of, maybe I should have done this first before I gave important information, but Jeff, what are you doing? So Roki headed north. Are you going to travel with Reli or with Yaru southeast? Are you going to head in a different direction?
I'm gonna follow Yara.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've got old man Jeff on your heels.
I turn to Jeff and I say,
That-
Jeff, make a mage hand appear above the treetops and just have it wave frantically towards Roki.
You sure wave it? Mage hand is invisible.
No, it shimmers, right?
I thought it was invisible.
Okay, fine. I'll do it myself.
I think that might be the rogue one.
Okay, I'm gonna point up, give a
Okay.
thumbs up, and Jeff's just gonna cast a firebolt straight into the sky.
There you go. That's what we need.
Okay. I was
That's
going to
it.
say, a mage hand was not going to do it with a man that doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah.
But a firebolt,
I
well, let's...
I thought it was a big
just a
glowing
straight perception
hand.
check, Roki. and Torvar decide to think about what you're gonna do here.
Torvar's just staring at the ground.
If you're gonna
since
Just
it's
kicking
bright.
dirt.
this is a firebolt in the air.
Right. Okay.
So we're gonna make it a straight roll. I'm not gonna give you advantage because you're still tree cover, all that, blah blah blah.
Ouch.
Yikes.
I will be
You were-
though. Once I went my 200 or whatever, and I'm done searching, I would have flown up and back,
Okay.
like over the trees and back. But I don't know how long that
Okay.
would have taken me.
We'll say these are all pseudo rounds, so we'll say it takes a round. So rather than be able to burst back like right now, next time we go about our set of actions, we'll do that.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do now. So Roki, we'll say you've gone 300 feet and you have not found any sign. No, it's dead as night, nothing. So you shoot up in the air and you're just seeing the dying light of a firebolt speck that just keeps on going. And if there's anything you know, it's that Jeff loves his fire. And
Yeah. I'm flying in that direction, half expecting
yeah,
to see the tree start burning on fire.
okay, so you've gone. This is the middle point, so you're 300 up at the moment.
300? These trees are tall.
Sorry, just 300 north is what I meant, not 300
Oh,
feet in
okay.
the air.
Gotcha.
All right, so second round, Torvar, you're you're enjoying the fire?
Don't forget about Stark too.
Right. Okay, so we'll say at this point he took a different direction.
Yeah, we'll say he went over to the left and like he's just
Yeah.
out of this for a while.
Which obviously Relius isn't that direction, so we're not going to mess with him. But
wait, he isn't. Okay, good to know.
well, is he or is he not?
Hmm.
You never know. So Yaru and El Jefe. what
I'm
do you
not
guys
gonna.
want?
I'm gonna wait for Roki because I think at this point where I'm not catching him. At this point, it's down to tracking, and I don't want to mess with the tracks. So I'm gonna tell Jeff to shoot another firebolt into the sky and wait for Roki.
Okay, so what's your max speed, Roki? Your flight speed?
Max
It's
flight
65 doubled every 6 seconds, right? If you take the dash action.
speed? I mean, if you want to go max, I can go 3 times. I can dash with my bonus action. With key points. I can
Can
go
you dash twice on a turn?
195. Yeah, dash just doubles the amount of your movement speed, or gives you your movement speed over again.
Okay, so we'll say in a shocking
So yeah, I can go
125
195.
seconds. Yeah, we'll say, well,
So stupid.
so
Why
if that's
do
what
you
you're
even
doing,
need
I don't
that
know if it'll
much
actually matter or not, but
movement?
knock off 2 key points and you get there in 12 seconds, essentially.
Okay.
Actually, that's not.
Well, would it be 1 key point, and then I would get there without having to dash, do an additional dash
So
that next one?
you were essentially 500 feet away from them.
Okay.
So if you're doing 200 feet around with,
Oh yeah, it would be 2 rounds then. Okay.
yeah, so 12, 15 seconds, you almost hear him. He basically breaks the sound barrier as a Roki comes flying in and is now with you. The sound, well, let's get another perception check. Yaru and Jeff, you can make one too, I suppose, if you want, since you're here.
Oh,
Which this is basically hearing too, so it's not even. I guess.
Am I doing one as well?
Yep. I'll let you guys.
Was this after I arrive?
This is while they were waiting for you to arrive.
Gotcha.
14 and 7.
Throg Thunder with the 14.
You are. You still know the direction it's coming from, but you don't hear any sort of rustle in the underbrush, trees breaking.
No
anything of
underbrush
the sort.
rustle.
Yeah. But you guys are all together now. You still know the general direction he was coming from. What do you guys do?
I tell Roki what I've heard and what I saw briefly when I first got over here, and I say, see if you can track him.
All right, so I look on the ground for tracks, broken tree branches, stuff like that.
So, in case you're curious, Jeff shot firebolts into the air, right? So Torvar's literally just standing there like this.
What is that? That's cool.
I wonder what could be happening. Okay, I forgot. Dang it! You made me forget where we were at. What did you just?
I'm looking for like
survival
tracks.
check. Yeah. Let's get a survival check.
Normal.
Uh,
Is there any source of light? Anybody have light around?
I mean, there's
at
the
this point, we
effect,
probably-
the fire bolts that just went off.
At this point, I would have a
not-
torch.
That doesn't count as a source. Okay, yeah, as long as you got a torch, then it'll be a straight roll.
Because isn't
Yeah, I have a torch.
Jeff normal? A human?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he'd probably have a torch too. I thought he'd just go run off in
that's
the
fine.
dark.
As long as there's a light source that you guys are lighting, it's a straight roll.
Oh, don't failing. Nice.
16. Okay, so this will be depending on your advice or what you want to do. This might change. Are you trying to? What's your speed? So, but you have 3 options. You can go. Well, you already got a 16. If you wanted to go slow, I would give you advantage on the survival check. This is a normal check, like
Normal, I think, is fine.
a good clip. Okay, and then advantage or fast would have been with disadvantage. Okay, so with a normal, you actually don't find any tracks at the beginning, Roki. But you know, Yaru is guiding you in the direction that he heard them, and like another 150 feet further on, you see this just like you see the impact. You see where it looks like someone just fell into a bush and smushed the whole thing. Spent quite a pretty decent amount of time struggling around, and you see the cut rope.
Okay.
And you see tracks. You see tracks still heading. They kind of not double back, but start to head northward after they've been heading southeast for a while. Go ahead. I want everyone, the 3 of you, to make a you can make a perception check, you can make a survival check, or you can make a nature check.
Can I make a I have to go soon check?
Yeah. All good. We're basically
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as we
Jeff's
lose
just
him
gonna take
here.
a nap.
Jeff
So-
disappears into the bushes.
so with the 24, basically Roki's still leading the charge as the, you know, sniffing out Relius. You come across 2 trees that you've never seen interact in this way before, but they come up into an arch and then like intertwine at the top, and that's where the footprints end.
Yaru recognizes this, correct?
Yeah, I look at Yaru
Yeah,
like
this is a pretty
one of
and
yours.
I just shake my head and say, it's an entrance to the Feywild. Not even I could go through that.
which it's so it's inactive at this point.
Well, it's like, and I'm currently banished. I don't think I can enter the Feywild even if it was active.
They don't have. Nobody has. Well, like maybe a DD does, but
Yeah.
you're
Well,
not welcome there. You
I
could
guess
still
what I
go
would
there,
say,
but
I would
it
say,
not be
I guess
good
I
for
would
you.
say is like, I don't know if we want to go, even if it was active. I don't know if we should follow him in. It may not end well for us.
Well, so that's what I'm saying is you can't, like, this is it's clearly a doorway, but you can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing to go through. Like, it's just normal woods on the other side too. If
Okay.
you want to investigate, you can, but I'll just straight up tell you that like nothing will happen. It's inactive at this point. At which point Jeff loses interest and moseys back to the campfire.
Well, Yaru, I
Jeff,
think,
thanks for
Later, Jeff.
thanks for hanging out a little bit.
Love you, baby. See you, buddy.
talk to you later.
Take it
Good
easy,
luck
Pete.
tomorrow.
Where are we
Fit a
wishing
queen
Pete
bed in
good
the
luck
car.
for?
He's going to go get a mattress that he doesn't know the size of in a car that he also doesn't know the size of.
There has never been anything said that is more Peter than what you just said.
What I'm pretty sure will happen is the car is going to be like a CRV or a Subaru, and the mattress is going to be a queen It's 100% what's gonna happen.
No, it'll be like a bug. Because he said it was like his what, girlfriend's sister or something?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
100. I'm willing to. I'm not willing to bet money, but I'm very confident it's gonna be like a Subaru or a CRV or something like that.
It reminds me of there's this guy he used to have a blog where he just would respond to people's Craigslist ads and like fuck with them. And one lady was asking for a ride from some place to another place, and he responded, and he was like, totally. Me and my 2 buddies are taking my truck from that place to that place. You can totally ride with us. And she goes, that's great. When can you pick me up? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, don't worry about space. It shouldn't be an issue. I've got a really big truck. It's a Mazda Miata, blah, 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 which is, 2-seater
very
convertible.
small
And of
two-seater.
course,
Yeah.
shenanigans ensue. But that's what I imagine Peter picking up, like a king size mattress and like a Miata tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's about right.
nice. I hope you post pictures.
See, the reason I think it's something like a Subaru or a CRV, because the person offering the car has to think about maybe a mattress would fit in my car.
I
Mm,
was almost going to agree with you, and then I remembered, like, we don't know the character of people that
It's
Pete
true.
hangs out
It's
with,
true.
right? Like, if-
I guess
Sure.
I get, but it's like I don't know, but it's like a southern thing, right? Like to lend your vehicle, it's like people who own trucks and SUVs. It's like those are the people who are like, oh yeah, I could totally.
You're the
fit that.
go-to.
I
It's
could
like
totally fit
in
that.
the agreement when you buy a truck. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
really
had a-
lend it out to other people.
I had a
Yep.
truck for 2 years, and man,
Yeah,
did I have so many more friends when I had a truck.
100%. 100%. I'm in that position now. I need someone with. I don't have a friend that has a truck in my life right now, and I need one.
Yeah, my buddy Jim sold his truck, and I got legitimately pissed off at him for doing it.
I even like one of the first things I checked with my neighbor, my new neighbor, when I moved in, is whether or not he had a truck. He did not have.
You got a truck over there?
He doesn't have. He doesn't have a truck. So he's like, he told me, he's like, yeah, man, I also need a truck. He's in the same bind I am.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about that. Everyone around us has trucks and golf carts.
Yeah.
It's great. Everyone drives around in golf carts in town. That's the town. I need a golf cart now, basically.
Yeah. You can spend some
Oh,
serious
well, I
coin
guess
on a
it
golf
doesn't
cart.
matter. Never mind.
Yeah, I look for a used one. They're like $600.
My brother-in-law is like he's getting like a custom built one, and it's more expensive than you would think it is.
Yeah. No thanks.
All right, so we lost
Oh,
track
it's
of
just advantage.
Relius.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you guys tracked him. You guys know he is back in the Feywild. This specific
Well,
portal has closed.
we did learn. I know more now than I did before, so that's good.
Advantage on being charmed. Oof. Whoops. Good to know.
Well, he was knocked out, so it didn't matter. But at first, I was like, "Wait, can even elves be charmed at all? Like, do they have immunity?" But it's just advantage.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, Yara, hopefully this doesn't come to bite us in the ass.
It's not like my standing in the Feywild can get worse.
It's true. Maybe. I mean, they
you
could
did
hunt
just
you.
kill like a pack of war dogs.
I mean, I think that's defensible. I think.
Yeah.
I think our argument holds up in a court.
We did. I just
Your
know,
word against Relius?
if I back up for a minute, I don't think our most recent argument about it was very defensible, but
I mean, they attacked us first.
As long as the only thing you have to convince a jury of is that Relius' spellcasting can be construed as an attack. That's as soon as you convince them of that, then you're fine. So I don't know. Not really. Yara's not really worried about it right now. He's got bigger, more weighty matters on his mind.
We got a Vinny to talk to.
Oh, that's right, Torvar.
I can't wait to
Alright.
see my boy Vinny.
Torvar.
Yeah, so you guys all reconvene. Stark comes back out of breath, just dirt all over, twigs in his hair, going, I looked for him everywhere and couldn't find him.
Torvar's literally still.
You guys see that shooting star?
Thing was really cool, guys.
I just kind of look at Roki and just like this look of just like I have no idea what's about to happen. Just like, man, are we really about to do this?
Yup.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make sure I stand in the back.
All right.
I'm not it.
If you guys want to actually discuss what you
Yeah.
want
Well,
to say,
yeah.
things
I'm
like
gonna
that,
ask
go for it.
Torvar. So, hey, like, what are you gonna say to Vinny?
Okay. I need a second here
Okay.
because it's been so long.
All right.
To recalibrate.
Let me.
Out of game.
Yeah, out of
Yeah.
game. I'm gonna get
Okay.
some water, but I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay. So Vinny sent us on a little mission to go get rid of what's his name again?
Ambition.
Ambition.
No, to go
Red
handle.
Dragonborn.
Was it to handle?
Take care of.
Take care
Take care
of.
of them were his words.
Take care of the Dragonborn and their leader, right? Or no?
was
He
leader.
was the leader.
What was his name again?
Ambition.
Ambition. Yeah, okay. All right. So we go over there, walk into the bar where he is, and I vividly remember what happens, right? Like the bartender picks a fight with me, and then I
Yep.
tried to crack the bartender's back. We burnt the whole place down, murdered a bunch of people.
We didn't. Jeff did.
Jeff,
Jeff did.
right.
You
Who?
could
Where
pin
was
that
Jeff?
on Jeff.
Who Jeff is like, whoa now.
Hey.
You know.
That's actually a
he's
real.
back?
No,
I'm just trying to
no,
remember
he's in the
the
woods. Jeff
circumstances.
is in the woods. That's a really
Where
good point,
was
Torvar.
Jeff?
I underestimated you.
So Jeff came while you guys were inside. Jeff
Yeah.
came up from below. He had a meeting with Ambition.
Yeah.
Before you guys had entered the tavern, and then he saw you guys fighting in switch teams. Apparently,
And he basically lit the place on fire.
he cast fireball in a wooden building. Yes.
Okay. All
And
right.
burned down pretty good the next. So the tavern was completely burned to the foundation. The next
Okay.
two buildings had significant burn damage, but
Well, we're still on the same night, aren't we? We didn't actually rest.
yeah, this is still the same night.
And,
Okay.
and also Ambition definitely got away.
He
Yes.
definitely got away. Yes.
So
Okay. I am now
is
good.
Jeff here right now? Like, did he come back
Yep.
to the camp?
Yep, he's
Okay.
with you.
Gotcha.
Okay. I am now good. So are we electing Torvar the spokesman of
All
the
right, so
group?
this is. All right,
Yeah.
let me also recap what happened after we discussed internally. Basically, Yaru was of the opinion like we're not going back to Vinny. Let's just go our own way. I have no intention. Yaru has zero intention of explaining to Vinny what went down. Or if
Why
we
are
are
we going
gonna
back to Vinny?
if we are gonna go back to Vinny, then we just own the fact that we did what he asked us to do. Stark was very hardcore at the other side of that argument, saying we basically need to go to Vinny with our hat in our hands and you know be like, hey, listen, we messed up, whatever. Yara's like, no, I'm not doing that. So
All right.
that's what led to Torvar saying, well, I'll talk to Vinny because I wasn't.
Yeah,
Yara wasn't willing to do it, but
Right.
Stark wasn't willing
Right,
to do
right,
it
right,
either.
So Torvar is going to kind of gonna err on the side of Yaru here, I think. And like my proposal is we go to Vinny and we say, listen, good news.
Yes.
Shit's taken care of. That guy Ambition, he's gone.
That's what I was saying.
Admittedly, we don't know where.
Technically, he's not. Like, he could literally be still in the
Just
town.
said, admittedly, we don't know where.
So he's not taken care of.
No.
He's
okay.
gone. I
Probably
said
not
he's
using
gone.
words.
No. Listen, we don't mention that we don't know where. We just say that he's gone. To the best of our knowledge, he died in that tavern. We don't even say he got away.
It's
Well,
true.
we don't though.
Do
Yeah,
we
but
know that
does-
he's
Vinny
not
doesn't
dead
need
for
to
sure?
know that. Vinny doesn't need to know. Like straight up, Vinny does not need to know.
Okay,
it.
so we're relying on deception checks. What
Do
you're
we
saying.
know? No, I'm asking.
No, we're
do
telling
we
the-
know he's dead or not? Do we know
we don't
he's
know
not
for
dead?
sure. That's my point. We're telling the truth.
I
as
thought
far
we
as-
did. I thought
No.
you guys went and checked the
I
like
checked.
the
We
back
didn't
door.
see him, but we didn't see that he escaped either.
But didn't that one dude tell us, like,
No, he didn't tell us jack.
the one guy that you guys interrogated?
He didn't. He said there wasn't another. I'm pretty sure. Doc, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he didn't know of a different exit. That there was only one exit and entrance.
No, there was definitely a back door.
But I don't. Did he
'cause
tell?
I-
Did he tell us that? Is my question.
Yeah, because like even remember my little piece where I was like, what tavern doesn't have a
Okay.
back alley?
But who did he tell? Did he tell me and Torvar that, and just us two?
Yes.
Uh,
You two were the
yeah,
two interrogating him.
Did I communicate that to everybody else, or did I keep that on the DL?
Sure.
But my
It's up to-
question is,
well, it's up to you.
my
Mine.
question is, do we know for sure that he's not dead?
Nobody
mean-
checked the remains of the tavern.
Yeah, we didn't like.
Right.
But
He's
Okay.
I'll give it to you. As a red dragonborn, he's
Yeah.
not gonna take fire damage like you guys do.
I just
Right.
was about to say that. Like he's a
Oh,
red
right.
dragonborn that
Forgot
barely
about that.
takes like any fire damage. So like the fire wouldn't really affected him.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Okay.
That is a good point.
Yara's point is the likelihood that he didn't die is admittedly high, but we don't have to couch the conversation with Vinny that we know for a fact that he's not dead because we don't actually know that for certain.
Okay. Okay.
That's
okay,
my
okay.
point.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Now
Listen.
I should give, since JD's not here, how JD was playing Stark was he was very adamant that we should be, saying the truth here because I think he's lawful good or something like that. So Stark was very hardcore on the other side of this argument.
I mean, I'm lawful good, but like we're not lying to him as long as you don't say like we know he's dead.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
fine.
Vinny, good news. What was his name? Ambition? Good news. Ambition.
God.
Fucking guy's gone.
There you go. Gone. I like that.
That
Gone is good.
Yes, that's good.
And most, if not all, of his henchmen dead.
Yes,
That one
strong,
is
strong.
well. It isn't.
Now, here's the
that one
question.
guy alive that we know. For
Yeah, but he
sure?
said most, if not.
all.
Still true.
Yeah, but we know it's not all.
No, it's still true.
Might have died.
He might have died. He might have died
Fine.
of
Fine,
exposure
fine.
or
I
pneumonia.
concede. I concede.
We
Now
don't know.
here's the question, and it's possible I'm overthinking this, but if we say ambition's gone, henchman dead, those are two different words. Someone might pick up on the fact that I'm being deliberate about those words. So I could just say ambition's gone along with most, if not all, of his henchmen
So
and
the,
his tavern.
the crux of this is whether or not, and I feel like he will, but whether or not Doc's going to make you do a deception check. I personally don't think you're lying, but I've been on the wrong side of this argument before.
I'll give you the mechanics. So truth, well, twisting the truth, so not a deliberate lie, but like if you guys are intentionally leaving out part of the truth or twisting it, it'll still be a persuasion check, and obviously a lie is a lie. But that's how, like, leaving parts out or trying to put things in your favor, that'll just be a persuasion check.
This
And
is
it'll
the part
kind of be
where I
on like
hate
a
how-
balancing board where the more you leave out, the more it might lean towards deception. We'll see.
Okay,
The
so
good news
now
is I have a 0 in persuasion.
can I metagame for just a second?
Sure.
All right, if we're going this route, maybe I should talk to Vinny.
I mean, maybe, but I still don't feel like we should because we already want Torvar to do it.
I know we want Torvar to do it, and I think I can give him advantage if he's going to do it. But if we're talking statistically highest chance of success, if it's a persuasion check, I should be the one to do it. But I'm totally cool with letting Torvar
I
do it,
completely
too.
agree, but I
I-
think I'd prefer to keep this one in game.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
So
good with
I
that.
think I was gonna say, yeah, the fact that like you've even said that Yara would be in the back, I think that
Yeah,
would
that's
enforce
fine.
Torvar.
That's fine.
Okay.
The only reason I wasn't willing to do it initially is because I thought everybody was against going down this particular path. But if before we went to this conversation, if I thought we were going to go in this path, I totally would have taken the lead. But I'm cool with Torvar doing
Yeah,
it.
but remember, Torvar and Vinny are cool.
Yeah, they're
At
tight.
least Torvar thinks
This is
so.
better.
mean-
This is better for the story for sure.
Maybe you could help
Torvar
out. Like,
definitely thinks he's about to walk in there with serious advantage.
I'm going to try to give. I'm going to do whatever I think I can give him advantage.
give him advantage, like
Yeah.
help out,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fill in some like details and stuff type of thing.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
give him you don't forget about your bardic inspiration too.
Yeah, I'm going to give him. I'm for sure doing that, but I think I can give him is persuasion a dex?
Just so you
No.
guys know,
Charisma is-
Torvar absolutely believes he's
Okay,
going to walk into this
perfect.
conversation with relationship capital that he can like lean on, like 1,000%.
So I'm going to do two things. And both of these are mechanics of my class. I'm going to give him bardic inspiration, and I'm going to give him advantage. I'm going to give him a buff to his charisma checks.
You can do that.
Yeah, I have enhanced ability.
That is poggers.
Fox.
Ooh, nice.
Fox is cunning. The target has advantage on charisma checks.
Checks or saves.
Checks.
Nice. So you don't even need to like help him
That's
out.
very
You already have
poggers.
advantage.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty sure I had something that I could give advantage with. So yeah, I do.
That's awesome.
Oh, something has happened here. Oh crap. Oh, that's
Yeah,
messed up again.
that's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Let
So
me just check Vinny's insight right now because that's going to be the
it's
point.
gonna be critical.
Plus 10. Okay.
Shoot, I didn't realize Pete leaving messed up.
No, it actually. So here's the cool. Well, I was going to test it out, which I'll just say now. It doesn't really matter, because I think Peter even said in the session that he didn't necessarily want to go talk to Vinny because like, oh crap, I did a bad thing. But I was going to have a separate conversation, just like a one-on-one in Discord, real quick with Peter, Vinny, Jeff, that the rest of the party wasn't going to be privy to, and go from there. So it actually kind of works out.
No, I mean him leaving messed up my Zoom boxes.
Oh, yeah, Zoom. I'm sorry. What was I thinking? We were talking about human being here.
Yeah,
My bad.
jeez. Stream is obviously more important.
Yeah, as I'm trying to be like Duke, a professional streamer here.
That's right.
I don't know. I'm pretty
All right,
sure
so
Duke's background's way better though.
That's right.
I'm working on my background. Don't you worry.
Are we ready? Group feels good about your attack plan. Attack plan.
Nope.
But your conversation.
Just tell me when I need to put my. Should I give him all the stuff now or when we get there? Like.
Well, what's the time on
we'll
it?
just say like when it's time. Well, actually,
Bardic Inspiration's 10 minutes. I don't know what about that spell is though. Enhanced person.
Hold on, I'll look at it in just a second.
something to keep in mind. You can do it whenever you want, but like you have an escort to Vinny's mansion. Like it's like a 2, 3, 4 minute walk to get through all these corridors to get to his room.
Oh, we get to
so
see
you've
that
got an
lady again who
escort.
really hates us.
I think I would prefer to do it like at the last possible second.
Okay, which would be like coming up to the front of his mansion. If you guys remember, there was like he's not a gatekeeper, but there was kind of a guy that was letting people in, and he'd bring a guard to you guys. So like right before you talk to him would be when you would do that. Which to get to Vinny is probably like a solid 5 minutes.
Vinny's gonna be so happy to see us.
All right, so we will
everyone's
just-
aware,
Go ahead.
Roki is not convinced at all this is gonna go good whatsoever.
I mean, Yaru's confident, but only because he's always confident.
I can't remember. Did Torvar ever decide that he no longer hated Roki?
I don't think so, not yet. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Roki's
good.
the way it's
I
going.
can't believe I
Torvar is
forgot about
happy
that.
that Roki is not comfortable.
Well, I don't actually say that.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
right.
Oh, an
So,
hour. Okay.
I
Nice.
put this in so it's the Fox's Cunning. It's the second to last one. This is actually a really cool spell, to be honest, because it has a lot of different functions.
All right, so while you guys read,
And then,
we'll fast forward. Oh, go ahead.
and Duke, I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration, so let me just grab that real quick.
Hell yeah.
So,
Let's see
Roki,
if I
you
can
sort
remember
of
to
have a
use it.
sleepless night, not knowing, but wondering what's to come. The rest of you sleep a little more soundly, for
All
better or
right.
for worse. but
Okay,
you-
yeah. So, I'll just put it in chat. So, it's a D6. So you can use it to add to the roll. You can roll it to add to your any ability check.
Hell yeah. Vinny, here we come, buddy.
All right, so you guys have all got a long rest, so make sure I better just because who knows what's going to happen. Let me heal up, start.
Are you
and
suggesting
do it real
Vinny
quick.
might fight us?
I
Isn't
am
that-
trying to be prepared for the cajillions of options that might happen.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna
you don't have to worry about
preemptively-
Torvar starting a fight because Torvar loves Vinny. So
I'm gonna preemptively take a spell slot for myself just because I'm gonna cast enhance ability and a bark, so I don't forget to do it.
That's a good call. All right, Jeff the Wizard. Well, Jeff's not with you guys, so I'm just gonna ignore him. Well, he's with you now, but he's not going to enter. He says he's uncomfortable. It sounds like Vinny isn't the most forgiving person. Maybe I just lay low while you guys talk and see how things go first.
Sounds good.
All right, so you guys wake up bright and early in the morning, feeling well rested.
Sorry, it should be noted Stark is probably in the same boat as Roki and is not comfortable at all.
Yeah.
We'll probably he'll be a silent guy unless like
Torvar,
it really, I think Stark would really say something.
Torvar and Yaru just like pop out of bed, just like bright eyed, bushy tail.
Yeah,
like,
you guys are ready
very
to go.
confident.
All right, so you guys, I mean, you were pretty hefty. You're pretty far away from the city, really. So you guys spend, like an hour trekking back into the city of Belton, which is just starting to kind of awaken. There's some carts going up and down the roads. Go ahead and you all make a perception insight check for me.
Either or.
Either, yeah, one or the other.
Where's insight? Oh. Let's do-
There it is.
Nice.
There it is,
nice.
You got
everybody.
one thing on you. You're like rehearsing lines in your head.
Hey,
like what you're gonna say.
get it out of the way, man. I forgot about your roll, so it's glad you already crit failed before we even got there.
Perception, insight, G. You get to choose.
Yep. Is my insight better than my?
I fucking hate
perception?
Roll20. We definitely need to use that other thing.
I mean, I already failed. Ooh, nice roll. I already failed once today.
Yeah, but you don't fail twice every session like I do.
It wasn't twice. I don't think you failed last session at all.
No,
That was the first
He did.
time.
No, he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
See, I'm sure
You
probably
you did as you were rolling for him, and we promised we wouldn't tell Duke that when we rolled for Torvar.
Yeah,
that
but it
we
wasn't
failed.
an attack.
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't an attack.
When I played as you until you got there, I crit failed.
See?
All right, so you guys enter the city. Torvar, you were locked in. You've got your like how you're gonna like try to go shake his hand and everything. Like you're practicing muttering under your breath. Roki and Yaru, you guys kind of both. There's something just like a little. The city isn't as quite as like lively as it's been in the past. So like when you guys first came in, there was like a ton of street vendors. I mean, there were some beggars too. There was beer to go all over the place. People trying to, like little, I don't know what you call them, not charlatans because they weren't trying to gyp you, but just like a lot of
Street performers.
yeah, there's like a lot of individuals that looked a little down on their luck that were trying to earn some money. Which, maybe it's early, who knows? But you guys make your way to town, and as you get closer to Vinny's mansion, there you start to hear like it's not like a roar, but it's like it's a ruckus. As you get close, go ahead.
Sorry, before we get to there, can I just say to Torvar, hey, listen, there's some sort of different vibe going on, just so he's not like unprepared.
Sure, that's good call. Good call.
Is he gonna hear you though? Like
I'll
you
use
don't know.
message. I'll use message.
Yeah.
Torvar looks over his shoulder and says, really? I didn't notice.
He's like, yeah, I continue to use message just to make sure he hears me. And I say, yeah, buddy, there seems to be some sort of just, I don't know, just everything feels a little different, strange.
What do you think it means?
I don't think it's positive, but let's stay on our guard here.
All of that was out
What
loud,
do you
by the way.
think what
Yeah.
means? That's what Roby says. What do you think what means?
Yeah, Yaru just kind of waves.
Torvar does not understand message, so he doesn't understand why Roki doesn't get it, and he's just fucking fine. Stop wasting my time.
Yaru doesn't bother answering Roki.
Like,
All right.
in Torvar's world, everybody heard the thing that he heard, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean,
All
it's
right,
a
so
whisper,
as-
so it's like someone's whispering in your ear, though.
But he
Oh, really?
He for sure.
Yeah.
But he for sure heard me. That's the point.
Yeah, he had to hear you, but it sounded like he was like right next to you, whispering in your ear. That's what it would have sounded like.
That's not as cool as I thought it was then. I'm just going to ignore Roki then.
I mean, yeah, that's expected.
Okay, so you guys continue on your path as you get closer to Vinny's mansion. You see like a crowd in front of. So it's not like a moat, but there's like a little bridge almost that leads from the city street to actually Vinny's mansion. Like rich people houses, they have the long driveways.
Yeah,
Like that's kind of what's going on here.
we're going to get up
And
here.
it's gated,
Ambition's gonna have
obviously.
taken over.
So you've got, there's 30, 40 people. What did you say?
I said we're going to get up here and Ambition's going to have taken over.
You see like 30 or 40 people all in front of their gates, and all of them are looking quite agitated. So, they're all, a couple of people are flipping the bird off. I I don't remember his name now. I don't think I ever introduced him, but the gatekeeper, we're going to call him the gatekeeper, is on the other side looking rather like exhausted at this point. There's guards that are looking a little on edge. Nobody's like trying to break through the gates, but there's an angry crowd essentially.
Torvar's gonna like puff his chest out and just start like walking through people and just gonna yell out like, "Excuse us, official business."
Okay. And so as Torvar starts to shoulder his way through the crowd,
Yar's just gonna neatly fall into the wake that Torvar's created.
go ahead.
I would like to like kind of go off onto the side and like grab someone and ask someone like, what's going on?
Okay, so we'll do this. This is happening simultaneously, but Torvar and Yaru.
Torvar, by the way, I mean, literally just has no idea that any of this is abnormal, despite the fact that
we can see
Yaru
those
told him.
rolls, Doc.
Yeah,
just so
no,
you know.
that's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
So Torvar and Yaru, you guys are both pushing your way through the crowd, and there are several people who look at you and start yelling at you. They recognize you from the fiasco that was the Rat's Tail Tavern.
How did they get there?
And
Oh, we messed around in the woods.
Wait, Rat's Tail is where the
Yeah, the
one we
place
burnt
Jeff
down?
burned down.
Yep.
Jeff burned
Yeah.
down. Very
That
important.
Jeff burned down,
Yeah.
right?
And so they like, if they had like, I mean, some of them had rocks in their hands that they tried to chuck at you. And I mean, everybody's
yelling?
like, shoulder to shoulder. They're just, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but a lot of it was just,
Hi, Jack.
Jack.
what did you did it? You guys are part of the problem. Blah blah. Things like that, where they're just angrily yelling. I mean, some of them are just straight up, "F you," throwing stuff at you, which you were
Language.
kind of hiding in Torvar's wake, or Yaru. So
Yeah.
I mean, Torvar's getting like kind of pelted with rocks, really, but doesn't
Neatly
really
dodging.
ping, 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 not doing a whole lot. So right as you pull
Jack.
someone off to the side and ask what's going on, you see rocks flying, because Torvar is probably pretty tall, right? If he's half orc, he's
Yeah, he's
probably
like
head and shoulders above a lot of people.
6 foot something.
I'll look. Hang on. I gotta get rid of Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But Roki,
Jack-
you kind of grab
sorry.
someone by the elbow and ask what all this is about, and they kind of like look at you and just yank their arm away and say, as if you wouldn't know.
It doesn't say how tall Torvar is. Let's say 6'4".
What do you mean it doesn't say? You're supposed to come up with that as part of your character building.
Yes, I, the person who created this character.
Oh, wait. I created the character.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it just didn't make it into the thing.
So I respond to her. I mean, I assume it's about the tavern, but like, what about it though?
I pull up Torvar's character sheet in my notes, and the
You
whole thing is
killed
just blank.
20 people. Burned down a tavern, half of just the people half of the buildings right next to them. What do you? Should we not be angry that you murdered all these people? Probably
I
under
murdered
Vinny's
no
order
one.
too.
Well, I've murdered no one.
You were most definitely part of the group that murdered these people.
I
You are
was in there
held
when
accountable.
the tavern was lit on fire. Yes, but I did not start that fire.
I didn't.
So
And
no
she
one.
narrows her eyes and says, "I didn't say you started the fire." She's been
Then
talking
why am I
about,
being
like, the
blamed for
murdering.
it?
No, but Doc, let me ask this question. Sorry, just briefly
Mhm.
out of game. Nobody that was in the tavern made it out,
Right, but this was
except
it
for us.
wasn't necessarily a busy street, but there was a huge fight inside the tavern that was going to draw attention. B, there were only 2 sets of people that came out of the tavern. One
Yeah,
of them being
I'm with you there, but I think what Roki's point is that the fire was the thing that everybody for sure saw, not the fight necessarily. And I think Roki's line here is he's saying he didn't set the fire. Why would the person he's talking to assume that there was something else responsible for the people getting killed? Because they weren't there.
Yeah,
I
Roku's
will
on the
posit
assumption
this. ahead.
She's saying that people died because of the fire. That's
Yeah.
what I assume that she means.
The bartender was beheaded.
But they don't know that.
Yeah,
How-
how would they know that?
Yeah, how would they know that? The whole thing burned.
You
the whole
don't
thing
think-
burned.
I mean, there was still like bodies. It's not like everything was burned to just bones left necessarily.
But I mean,
Ah,
I don't think
all
they.
right.
I don't think they. I personally don't think they would have known that. Not that quickly anyway.
Well, apparently they have some really good
In
forensic.
forensic, yeah, the CSI squad down there. Is
You
just
don't think when the
top-notch.
when the building got burnt or got put out that people didn't go investigate and
Yeah,
see
but
20
like
dead
the
bodies
next,
with
what
staff,
is this? The
you know?
next, literally the next day? Not by then. Not by the next morning.
I mean, it's fine.
Word
Whatever.
travels
We'll-
fast, especially with a mass murder.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'd kind of disagree, but that's fine.
Like the term mass murder. I don't think that's what happened.
It
It isn't
when
what it
people
isn't.
dying because your beer got pulled out or poured out.
Hey, listen, you wanted that fight more than we did.
All right, so your last you were trying to defend yourself and say that what was the last thing you said, Roki? Sorry.
Just that, like, I wasn't the one that started the fire. Like, it wasn't. Why am I being blamed for it?
Billy Joel over here.
Well, what did I say? I don't have my names list pulled up, so we'll just call them. Well, my friend Sarah, she saw your whole group, and the big green guy there too. She saw you guys all run out of that tavern as it was on fire.
Yes, I was there when
Yes.
the fire started, but I did not start it. I don't see why we're being blamed for it.
It was always burning since the world's been turning.
I mean, I'm less concerned about the fire than the 20 dead people on the inside. Who else would have done that other than a group running from the tavern and then attack the few remaining people that tried to make it out themselves?
Wait, did we attack them first? I don't remember
We
actually.
did.
Oh,
You
for
guys,
sure
you
we
guys
did,
got
yeah.
out first and then
For
set up
sure.
like this
Okay.
crazy ambush and
Yeah. Yeah, we 100% attacked them first.
Yeah, that I can't say much for.
But what these people miss is the nuance of how it all started.
Right.
And that's really unfortunate.
The self-defense aspect is missed here.
So now, Roki, you've got a couple people that have now like turned in hearing your conversation, and the lady in front just like points a finger in your chest and goes, "Murderer, murderer,"
Is start with
and is
Roki.
starting a chant.
Is just,
Sure, yeah, we'll say that.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah.
we'll have to keep.
yeah,
keep
I
it on
only
start.
asked to just make sure we keep track of where he is.
Yeah, that's good because I had forgot about him. Yeah, we'll say you split 2 and 2.
So for some reason, I feel like Yaru is safer right now than Roki is.
I mean, so at this point, basically, while this is all happening, Torvar, you have bullied your way to the front. Still more objects being thrown at you. The gatekeeper finally sees you and immediately, like, so there's a gate between you and them, and immediately, gets the guards to form a big old like a phalanx
Yeah, the
and
SWAT-
get
the
their shields
SWAT
out
team
and
comes out.
the SWAT team and push the crowd back a little bit
Hell yeah.
and motion for you and Yaru to come through since those are the two
Hell
they
yeah.
can see,
Auda-
which just enrages the crowd even more now.
Audacity always pays off, Torvar. Remember that.
That's right. Official business. Torvar's literally still just yelling official business.
All right, so as Yaru and
It occurs
Torvar
to me
get
that this
through-
is how Doc is going to kill Yaru, is in this encounter.
Yeah, that's right. Yaru's
I
gonna
really
die
don't
at
know what's
some
gonna
point.
happen. I can't wait though.
Forgot about
that.
So
So,
basically,
Roki-
as soon as she starts doing that, like pointing at me and chanting, I'm like, "Okay, Karen, calm down."
Ooh,
And then
Karen.
I just walk off basically.
Okay.
Wait, is Roki coming with us or no?
Currently,
well-
they're still on the periphery of this mob, over to the side a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be headed towards you. Like that's where we're going now. Basically, is pushing our way.
Yeah,
kind
you
of
just
towards.
go up and over, right?
I was going to, but Stark's here, and I don't really want to
Oh,
leave him
right.
by himself.
I forgot.
So, are you and Stark going to try to push through the crowd like Torvar and Yaru did?
Yeah, well, like politely though, not like a Torvar.
Well, those rolls are all garbage. So, I mean, you guys are getting trash and stuff thrown
Torvar
at you
is
as well.
literally looking over his shoulder, and he's like, "They are also on official business."
So the gates like
You
had
just
just
see
closed,
Yaru just
closed,
shake
and the
his head.
gatekeeper's like, "Are you seriously?" And gets forms the phalanx again, opens the gates, pushes them back, and you guys are now all safely on the other side of the gate. Some of them they're still just in the bars, just yelling, screaming at you guys. His
Really,
name, the
I'm
gatekeeper's name, his
surprised
name
at
is
this
Irvin.
reaction. I thought
What's his
this
name?
town was more crooked than it is.
Irvin, Ervin.
Okay.
And now that you guys are all here, Irvin says, "You guys took your sweet time getting here, considering the mess you guys have made. And
Hey,
keep in
you
mind, you guys are
told us.
actually
Hey,
gonna
you
get in
said
trouble.
you were hand waving that. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, but I got to give you a little crap. There's not
Come
going to be
on.
any real consequences, but-
Torvar's
No.
like, "Mess? What are you talking about, mess? We solved a problem."
Listen. And Yara just nods sagely.
Sagely.
Roki puts his hand over his face like, oh my gosh.
Yara kind of kicks Roki in the shin and be like, "Hey, none of that negative body language.
All right, so
Positive reinforcement here."
so Irvin, looks like he
Oh,
hasn't
okay.
gotten a lot of sleep
I'm gonna
tonight.
at this moment in time, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability. I'm gonna wait on the Bardic Inspiration though.
Okay.
Bardic Inspiration is, 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, enhances for an hour.
Right.
So,
I thought it was the
I
other
mean,
way
well,
around.
at this, Irvin looks at Yaru and goes, "What was that?"
I had cleared my throat. Sorry, had something in my throat.
How many components to your spell are there, sir?
Yeah, is it where's that at?
It's just there's three components.
VSM.
VSM, yeah.
Yep.
So you can make a deception check with disadvantage if you'd like, since you had to hand wave or do some sort of hand motion, as well as have some sort of material that you used in this.
Oh come on, I shouldn't have to do disadvantage. I'm pretty
Nope.
pretty
disadvantage.
sly.
These are we've been flavoring all your spells, but each spell has a specific motion that they have to do.
I
Can
get-
he do a sleight of hand to try and hide it?
Crafty.
I'm gonna say no, not at this point, because you didn't say that when you cast the spell.
Got it.
But in the future, you can do that if you'd like.
So when we cast spells, let us know if people are watching them.
Yeah, because I
That would
totally
be helpful.
You guys have got 40 people on one side of a gate, Irvin right in front
Yeah,
of you.
but we've never done this where it's I don't know.
Well, I did, and you guys pushed back quite a lot in the cave, but I will try to remind you guys.
Okay, all right. Disadvantage, deception. All right,
Yep.
all right, Yaru, don't fail me
It's
now.
gonna go well.
Don't fail me now, my guy. Yes.
Ooh,
16?
nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, my DC is 15. So he just kind of eyes you, not knowingly. He doesn't know what you did, but he's like-
bullying the DM with charisma is back on the menu, boys.
All right, so oh.
That's the animal style of
Says to
D
you,
and D.
So Irvin looks exhausted.
Is that a
at this
Power
point.
Rangers reference? I'm sorry. I'm struggling with that one. Is that Power
In
Rangers?
and out.
Oh, in and out. Okay, gotcha.
Says, okay, whatever that was, you picked a heck of a day. You picked a heck of a day for all this to happen. I recommend being on your best behavior, because I don't think Vinny's going to be in a
Jovial.
forgiving mood.
He's gonna be excited to see us.
Yaru again nods sagely.
Okay. And so, at this point, you guys have been here a couple times now. And so, a guard had started to, walk towards you, getting ready to escort you. And Irvin puts up his hand and says, first, he's walking. This is all happening, walking into the mansion. And right on the inside of the mansion, there's a nice little weapons rack. He says, first, before we go any further, we're going to need you to put your weapons here.
Naturally.
Looking at Yaru's rapier, Torvar's gigantic axe that I assume he doesn't clean, so it's probably still covered in blood.
You know, it's definitely not clean.
They, yeah, Yaru doesn't have a problem giving up his weapons. He doesn't fight with them anyway. Not really.
Stark,
They consider my
I know he
bag
doesn't attack with his weapon,
of
but he might
bagpipes.
have. Yeah, so Stark throws down his crossbow. I think that's all he's got.
Wait, do they take his gauntlets? They don't take his gauntlets, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, they don't.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't think they would.
Roki, it's up to you. If you want to try to convince them your quarterstaff is a walking stick, you can. If you want to
No.
try to.
No,
Okay.
I'm not concerned with it.
You're not gonna do the Gandalf
Okay.
move.
No.
Okay. So you guys kind of all pile your weapons there on the table.
As I'm
He
putting
says-
it down,
Okay.
Torvar's like, I cannot believe that you don't trust me with a weapon. Me and Benny are cool. Nothing would ever happen.
It's policy.
Did we do this last time we came?
Never
in?
had to give my
No.
weapon up before.
No, we didn't.
Hand wave. And we hand wave. And we hand wave.
Right.
Because I had it even written in my notes, and I got to the session, I was like, I didn't have them do any of that.
So
Um,
are we retconning it that we did do that brief before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
My apologies. That was totally on
No,
me.
that's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure.
I have
like,
less. I
in-game
have
we know
much
that.
less of a problem with it now. So Torvar won't even say anything.
Yeah. So this is even like a locked case too. So like you guys all put your weapons in. It's locked.
I make
You see
sure to
Irvin
put
the key in his own
my
pocket.
rapier on the opposite side of the case as Torvar's axe because I don't want my nice clean weapon to get all that gore on it.
Okay. So the guard, especially when you guys aren't putting up any sort of fight, he walks you 2-3 minutes down all these corridors, left, right, and you every single time you've gone a different way to and from the room to get back to this main entrance.
Before we walk into the entrance, I look at hold on. Shoot. Okay. To give Bardic Inspiration, I need to say stirring words or play music. So, trying to think of a way to do this that it won't come off as weird.
So Doc, I have wanderer background. Does that mean like it says I have an excellent memory of maths and geography?
This is disorienting for you.
Really?
You can't. Yeah.
Ow.
Bullshit.
Doc's not giving us anything.
This is it. This isn't. To defend myself, this isn't just a DM hand wave. There's actually
Stop this.
in-game mechanics is what I will say.
Fine.
I'm
Okay,
going-
magic.
I'm going to, as we're walking, I'm going to start humming a tune.
Okay.
And it seems like I'm just doing it, out of boredom, but
Yeah, sure.
it is intentional to inspire Torvar. It's a tune that I know comes from Torvar's homeland, and he will recognize it and be uplifted.
Gotcha. Torvar, you feel uplifted.
Nice.
You guys make it to Vinny's room, and as you get closer to Vinny's room, you hear more yelling. The doors open, and you see like 6 people. They're not on this little mini map, but you see 6 people all just like screaming at Vinny, who's just got his hands in his head angrily. You can see puffs of like cigar smoke.
I can't wait.
And he
Like
finally,
normal
as the
townsfolk?
Yeah, they're like townsfolk that are just
Okay.
like, you're supposed to be in charge. How are you letting all this happen? You probably hear the words murderers a couple times. And as the doors open, the 6 very loud townsfolk turn to you, see you, and immediately they stop immediately. And that's when Vinny's like, what just happened? And he looks up and sees you guys. And you see like relief on his face, and he says, okay, yeah, we're done. And guards will quickly shepherd out these 6 who are still like protesting.
As
saying,
that is
"Well, what are you
happening,
going to do for my family?
and we're walking through the door, Torvar spreads his arms open like this, and he goes, "Vinny, my man."
Vinny, his first words to you are,
What the?
it'd be nice if I swore. So Vinny's first words after, so you guys come in, Torvar, rather extravagantly for Torvar, says, Vinny, my man. And he kind of, so after he shoot, like the other people get shoot out, he kind of sits back in his chair and rubs his temples and kind of disregards Torvar a little bit and just says, who did it? Who started the fire?
The fire?
Yes.
Jeff.
The fire. Jeff.
Yep. He was
Instrumental.
in
the
the
fire
basement
starting.
of that tavern. He came, he came up there and the man started a fire. It was wild, but good news. That ambition guy is gone.
Tell me more about this Jeff.
Well, we don't know a lot about him. I'll be honest with you.
Yarrow nods sagely.
We don't know a lot about him. He was presumably downstairs of that tavern for a meeting. We're going in there trying to have a civil conversation. Bartender is a little bit of an asshole. Voices are, raising, tensions are flaring. All of a sudden, Jeff, like right as things were building to a crescendo, this guy Jeff, he comes upstairs and he casts, like, I don't know, I've never seen anything like it. This big fireball erupts in the middle of like a wooden building. Everything caught on fire. It was wild.
He cast fireball in a wooden tower.
In a wooden building.
And he takes a second and just kind of like is processing.
Now, let me
And
just
he
say, I do think he might have, obviously casting fireball in the middle of a wooden building. Not great.
Not a great look.
Not a great look, but his involvement, I do think, maybe helped us get out of there in one piece. Maybe not the way he should have done it, but I think he helped us get out of there in one piece. He's on our side. Let me say that.
Why? Why did he cast? Why did he?
Does anybody know why Jeff actually did this?
Okay, all right. Hold on. So
Says Jeff.
no.
'Cause he's Jeff, right?
No.
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
sure
exactly.
Yaru kind of gave a signal.
Yarrow 100% gave him a signal, but I didn't share that with anybody.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. Good. I don't know. So, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I think his involvement, he's on our side. I think his involvement, tipped the scales in our favor.
So how it happened was Jeff came up the stairs, so everything was very bewildered, and he could the only person in his direct line of sight was Yaru. And Yaru looked at him and was like, "Hey, do something." Basically,
Yeah, but that didn't mean light the place on
no,
fire.
it didn't.
right?
But yeah, no, it didn't. But yeah,
So I don't know why he chose fire in a wooden building. I don't know. Crazy.
Did you take care of Jeff?
Well, no. I wouldn't say he saved us, but he helped us. We felt like there's a good chance he was one of your allies.
Really?
you should mention that. I guess I can't say that.
So
It would be
if you
mitigating.
guys want to, not necessarily retcon, but it's important to note that what's different in this room. So you still have the guards around the outside. I should have said this at first. And I can't remember if they were there before, but there are now two heavily armored knights on like either side of his desk. They're not flinching, they're not moving, they're not reacting at all to any of this. They're not statues, but they are not moving. To Vinny's left is we're talking 7'3". Torvar, you're built, but this dude puts you to shame.
Yeah.
Like a 7'3" orc that is he's kind of been pacing. He's not said anything. You hear a couple like grunts, but he's been pacing, just angrily back and forth a little bit.
You-
And to his right is someone you guys recognize, which I should have started with this. I apologize if we went to retcon anything. You see
Oh no.
is Arisma.
Arisma.
Oh yeah, Arisma.
Still, she
chick we-
so
Beat unconscious multiple times.
yeah. This is literally like 3 days after that. So she still has like, I mean, her eyes are open now, but you can see that she has like still bruises around her eyes a little bit. But she's just standing there looking rather smug at the moment. So if there's anything you guys would have changed about, especially Duke, anything you said, go ahead. If not, then we will continue.
If I made any kind of eye contact with Arisma, I would have like kind of given her like a sheepish like, hi.
Gosh, it's been so long. I don't even remember the specifics of that encounter.
So what happened was
So she was the big bad in
yeah,
the original
Yeah.
cave.
but we took
Yeah.
her, we brought her to Vinny, and Vinny was
She
basically
knocked her out multiple times.
Yeah, I basically beat the shit out of her.
Right.
And I
yes.
convinced her that she was on our side until we got to Vinny through the magic of suggestion and charm person and really
Right.
high charisma.
Now, when he asked, did we take care of Jeff? Because I wasn't there when the fight happened.
No,
Was
we
there
definitely,
any reason?
No.
Was there any?
Well,
did we ever
okay.
question his appearance, involvement?
We have reason to believe that Jeff has a previous relationship with Vinny. Like we have reason to believe that.
What is that?
No,
Why
you
do
don't.
we-
Jeff,
I was gonna
no,
say-
Jeff
No,
was
Jeff
with-
definitely said that he knew Vinny when we first talked to him.
Oh well, if he did, then he was lying, but which is fine.
But he,
And
but
you guys
I,
have to act like it
but
still,
no, but Doc, he said that, and I did a deception check, and he passed it.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell you, but Jeff was downstairs in a meeting with Ambition, so I guess there was a reason to think that he was working with Ambition, and then he came up the stairs, helped you guys fight inside and outside.
Okay, but I definitely did ask him, and I remember having some interaction with Jeff about Vinny, and I remember thinking he was lying, and then we did this whole check, and it was like you can't tell, you think he's telling the truth.
Okay,
I don't remember this at all.
I don't either, but we'll just
okay. So back to
keep-
Vinny's
we'll keep
question: did you take care of Jeff?
Yes.
Torvar is going to say, "Well, no," because number one, he helped us, seemed like he was on our side, and two, because of that, we thought he might be one of your guys, one of your allies. We didn't want to, after all that, put an end to the guy.
At this point, he says, "Oh, you guys, shall we get reacquainted?" And Arisma takes a step forward, and Vinny brings her over a little bit, and she like whispers in his ear, and Vinny says, "According to my, no, she's not good friend. According to Arisma, this isn't your first time fighting with Jeff. She tells me that you guys helped him escape. Remember,
Yeah.
Jeff was in the cage inside the cave.
Yeah, no, we
Right.
remember.
Yeah, I forgot, but yeah,
But I still would stick with Duke's story because it's not like we had a ton of, like, we didn't really find out a lot about him during that period of time.
Yeah, I mean, we were with him for like what, 10
Yeah.
minutes?
no, I will say yes, we've seen him before,
But we don't know
but
anything.
we
We didn't know anything about him.
him.
Okay.
And at that point,
This
he
is
still could have been your lackey, but like obviously we didn't know who you were at that time, so we couldn't have really asked.
Okay, so you think I would employ people that would destroy my own city? This city is a part of me. And when part of that city burns, so do I.
Hey, I'm not defending the decision. I'm simply saying in the literal heat of the moment. All we knew is you'd sent us there to take care of a problem, and this guy was helping us out. Now, again, the methods are questionable, but he was
Where
helping
is
us
Jeff?
out. It's a great
Seems
question.
like Jeff was so helpful.
At this point,
I think I'd like to have a talk with Jeff.
Torvar is starting to buckle a little under the pressure, and at this point, when Vinny asks where is Jeff, he just goes, "That's Yaru. Do you know where is Jeff?"
Yaru. Okay, now that I've been summoned, Yaru steps
Also,
forward.
that's so I can go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Yaru steps forward and he's like, he departed our company. Said he had business elsewhere. We had no reason to stop him. Yeah, he went off on his own, up to his own whatever he was after. He kept talking about a marmot. I don't know.
Let's get a persuasion check. As that's true, he did. You guys did part ways, but you are definitely leaving out the part.
All right, Yaru, don't let me down. All right.
Nice. 11? You got 11?
I have an 11 in persuasion.
Holy moly.
Hopefully you always whisper rolls. Okay, cool. That's a natural 20 and a natural 1. Okay. So you said that you guys parted ways and you had no reason to stop him. Yes, G?
Yeah.
Yaru?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that is the truth, but yeah.
Yeah, yep.
That's why it's not just a
Yeah.
perception.
I got you. Yeah.
So how I'll play this, I won't keep telling you whether I save or not save, but like succeed. But so like in this instance, all Vinny is picking up is that this wasn't the whole truth. But you see him. So
wait, hold on. It is the whole truth, though. Like, it's legitimately what happened. In this case,
you're still leaving out the whole part of.
He only asked where he is. I answered that question truthfully.
Right, but there's the whole truth is that he didn't come with you guys because he didn't want to talk to Vinny. And there was that whole side to it, I think.
But you told us that, Doc. I don't think he told us that.
That's how Peter wants to play his character. I've talked with him about that.
Right, but he didn't tell us that. Is what I'm saying in game.
No, he I did in the campfire. I said, yeah, I'm not when I was supposed to be acting as Jeff. That's what I said. So if you want to retcon a little bit, you can. But I mean, unless you're going to specifically say we didn't think it was a good idea for you to talk to Jeff, he's going to understand that. Not necessarily you let him go, but there's more than what you were saying. But he's going to choose to not react to that, at least immediately. So you said, so he's going to say, yeah, I'd like to talk to Jeff. Is there any way you can get a hold of him?
I don't have any way of contacting him.
And he kind of thinks for a moment, gestures over to Arisma once again, and he whispers in her ear this time. She nods her head and goes back to just standing to his side, and says, okay, enough about this mysterious Jeff. What about ambition?
As Torvar said, as far as we can tell, he's gone.
Gone. So he won't be bothering my city again.
To the best of our knowledge, yeah. I feel like I'm playing word games with Doc right now.
Yeah. So look at this. My first reaction, which I think is going to be Vinny's reaction, is, okay, why are we beating around the bush? Is he dead or is he not? I've seen the tavern. You guys killed, or I assume it was you. I mean, there was a dwarf without his head in there. I assume that all that was you guys. I'm not sure who else would have done it. Is ambition dead?
We saw him. We definitely engaged with him. We definitely struck many mortal blows. we chased him into the tavern, and we didn't see him again.
So at this point, he like, it's not a bellow, but he just is like, starts laughing and says, struck many mortal blows. Did you hear that? And he kind of looks over to the very large orc and says, I'm sure you saw the crowd outside, right?
Yara doesn't make any reply. To him, it's a rhetorical question.
Okay. So he continues and he says, yesterday could not have gone. I mean, I'll just lay it out. Yesterday was a disaster between you guys, and all I wanted to do was give my daughter a house. I sent a couple guards over, and what are they called? Vagrant. We'll just call them homeless. It had become, so this was like a 3-story house, and Vinny, I'm just going to kind of spark notes it. Vinny tells you the story of how he sent people to check on his house that he was going to give as a bridal present to his daughter when she gets married. And it turns out that it had become like this huge homeless shelter, sheltering like 30 homeless people. And as you guys can all imagine, them getting kicked out of the house of a wealthy elite puts them on the streets, makes them very angry. And then not to mention the fact that I wouldn't say he's beloved, but like the hometown hero ambition, getting all that happen too, like it was just icing on the cake. So he continues and just says, yesterday was a disaster. Do you have any good news? Do you know where ambition is going at the very least?
Do we know that?
No.
No, we let that guy go who had that ledger.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. All right, how will y'all replay this? I gotta spin, baby, spin.
We were trying to spin that we thought he was dead. Now,
Yeah,
now
that's no longer going to work. All right, do we know where he is?
So as you think, Vinny will continue and just say, he's kind of like monologuing at this point. He's just like, he continues to speak and says, I didn't think I had to spell it out for you, that when I said take care of ambition, a man that is striving to tear down everything I have built, that meant take care of him for good, to make sure that he could never even breathe the same air as us. I mean, have I not been a generous benefactor?
How did ambition get away from us? I don't remember.
Ran back into the burning building.
You guys, Bob
chased
smacked him right at the doorway, and then he basically, I don't remember all the details, but he went back through the burning building, and that's the last you saw him. I think someone did go check around back.
Yeah, I definitely checked for him, but I guess I don't know. Okay. I'm just gonna say, Vinny, all I'm gonna tell you is we did understand that, and we did go there with that intention, and we definitely tried to do it. I don't have, it's not like we understood what you meant. At least
Torvard gonna get a sense that Yaro's kind of losing it a little bit, and he's gonna, from behind, he's gonna be like, Vinny, look, the tavern thing, the fire, bad deal. And we figured it was going to be important for us to get back here and talk to you about what happened. So that's what we did.
Oh crap, I just had something good I was going to say. I hate that. He says to you, well, we'll keep it nice and simple. So you guys get done essentially saying this, and he says, so you failed.
I would like to say we haven't yet succeeded.
Yario nods sagely.
Haven't yet succeeded. All right, that's a pretty good line. Give me a second. We'll see how Vinny feels about that. So he he says, he echoes what you says. He says, haven't yet succeeded. And he looks right at Arisma, who is just like, she's loving all of this. The teardown that you guys are getting, she is just like trying her best to keep it like a straight face, and she can't even.
Just can I point out real quick, Torvar still thinks they're on relatively even ground here.
Well, I mean, I will say, like, the vibes that Vinny's putting out so far, I mean, he's definitely not happy with you guys, but it's not like,
yeah, but he's not
ready to
openly
kill you.
pissed, right?
Yeah, like he looks left to he says, what do you think, Utog? Haven't yet succeeded. He just growls in response, keeps pacing, and he puts his hand on his chin, and he spends like a solid 20 seconds just sitting there taking in the group. And he says, I like that.
My man.
Jeez, you guys are the worst. When I need to roll high to like screw you guys over, I can't. So he says, I like that. I think that we need to not relocate, but you guys, I think maybe I started you off a little too maybe I gave you a little too much responsibility. Maybe that was what my problem was. Now I'm a fan of the strike system, we'll say. And this was definitely a solid strike one.
High inside, big swing.
Yeah, I mean, this, guys, even if you didn't burn down this building, you let it happen. It was your responsibility.
I mean,
this was your mission, and it happened under your watch.
Somebody casts fireball inside a wooden tavern. There's not a lot you can do.
Did try and put it out.
I still am just baffled why you didn't think that I wouldn't want to talk to Jeff. I mean, especially if he helped you, that would have been a great idea. I think. Don't you think, Arisma? Who, she nods once, covers her mouth a little bit, and says, "But you know what? I saw what you did to the people inside that tavern, and I think there's potential here."
I mean, we are unmatched when it comes to being murder hobos.
You should. Torvar's just like, you should walk out to the lobby with us and see my battle axe, bro.
He says, I think there's potential here, but I think maybe I gave you a little too much leash. When I give you a directive, you do that directive and only that directive. If you have questions about that directive, by all means ask. But if this is the type of collateral damage and fallout that's going to happen every time I tell you guys to do something, this isn't going to work. But as I said before, there's potential. So moving forward, there's plenty to do here in the city, but I don't think that the city is the best place for you guys right now. I need some time to, shall we say, grease the right palms and kind of earn some goodwill again. And with you guys here in the city, that's not going to happen. I don't think that subtlety is necessarily this group's forte. So what does he say next? He says next, I think I've got the perfect thing for you guys. Low stress, low responsibility. It's just a bodyguard detail. Our friends too, and you guys would know this. I'm going to give you a little. I'm going to backstory splurge just a little bit. Basically, there's. I have written 4 cities. There's Belton, it is in middle. There's Gristle, that's south, which is where you guys came from in the cave. To the east is Halstead, and to the to the west was Halstead, and to the way east is.
I have Halstead is 7 days south of Belton. That's what I've written down.
Oh, okay. Well then, I wrote all the stuff afterwards. So let's
Belton
stick
is
with
3
that
days
then.
north of Gristle. I'm sorry,
Okay,
I'm trying to
so
make my
yes,
own
we'll
map in my head.
No, that's fine. That's actually, I should probably do that because this is why I'm messing up. So we'll say that, yes, Halstead is south of Gristle, and to the way east is a little encampment called Gult, which you guys would know.
G-U-L-T.
G-U-L-T. So Gult is this, I don't have a ton of the geography mapped out, but basically you guys are like, it's just roads connected to cities, and everything in between is wilderness type of thing. It's not like everything's running crazy, but it's not like you guys have tamed it necessarily. Into like probably, I don't know, a week's travel on fast horseback to the east is this tall mountain range, which I can't find the name of it, but I will get it to you shortly. And so like mountain range, 7 days travel. Gult is like 5 days travel. So he says to you that Gult seems to be having some problems. They've been having some fields be burned. They've been losing livestock like nobody's business. And when I tried to send aid, they refused it. And at this point, he like waves his hand, and this closest knight here comes and opens the door, and you see a high elf step he's pretty tall. He's like 6'4", but while Torvar is, thick and built and muscly, this man is almost sickly, as skinny as he is. He's got his hair like in one of those man buns on the top. He's got his hands behind his back as he walks in. And then he says, his name is Auren, A-U-R-E-N. And I think we need to try again. They clearly need, we need to find out what's going on. And the last guy we sent was sent back. And what I want you guys to do is make sure that Auren here gets an audience with, his name is, I'm going to keep Lord Dumping, sorry. His name is Brill, the leader of Gult, kind of their de facto mayor, which is Gult is like a military encampment. B-R-I-L-L. You need to get Auren an audience with Brill. And we need to keep Auren there. We need to get them to agree to keep Auren there. Just to keep an eye on things. That's all, just to keep an eye on things.
What kind of, can you ask a question at this point? And what kind of role does Auren have in your retinue?
Oh, Auren is my ambassador. He is my not a confidant. That's too mushy. He is my ambassador. He's an ambassador of Belton, and so I believe that Gult would be better off with an ambassador. If they need protection, I would be happy to provide it. If they need law enforcement, all they have to do is ask. But I need them to ask. I need to find out why they refused me the last time.
What is the political history of this Gult encampment? Like, what has been the relationship up until now?
So, well, you guys are level 6, so you've been around. So basically, Gult is this military encampment that is kind of like the frontier. Think of it like the frontier outpost. To the east, it's kind of like the watch, not the watch, but like a lot of bad things are coming out of the mountain, blah blah blah. The goal has always been there to stop them and prevent them from going any further. But that far east, the ground is pretty arid, so Gult needs a lot of like import export with Belton, which Belton has been providing, and which has helped Gold kind of expand. I will say that let's just make a history check. Actually, what am I doing? I'm just giving you free information.
It's great.
I'm a terrible DM.
Can we all?
You guys
do
can all
history
roll
check?
if you want. You've all been living here. Yep, history check.
Ooh.
20.
Very nice.
So like you didn't have any personal experience with Vinny. You know that Vinny's influence can be pretty heavy-handed on other townships, settlements, things like that, where roll an insight check for me too, Roki, since you rolled the highest for history.
Crap.
19.
Okay.
Very good.
Whew, okay, so with a 19, you've been listening to everything Vinny says, and you're like putting the pieces together. Goal is starting to get big enough that they don't need the help that Belton has been providing. If they don't need the help Belton has been providing, they don't need the what am I trying to say?
Pressure?
Not the Overwatch
Influence.
Yeah, the pressure from Belton to do what Vinny wants. They are
Yep.
starting to be self-sufficient.
I got that too.
And it seems like Vinny is trying to, reassert his influence over the area right
Yeah,
now.
it's like a protection racket. If you don't pay, they go ruin the place.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
yet.
That's a good way to
That'll
mean,
be
yeah,
our
that's
next
what I was
quest.
going to say. He's not telling you. Well,
You
not
know,
yet,
I
at
know,
least.
but like that's sort of roughly the construct.
Yeah. Yeah. So Belton has been providing goods, and in return, Goal has been subservient essentially to Belton.
Okay.
So Vinny has been you've been piecing this together throughout the conversation, and Vinny just says your job when he's speaking to you, the group, is to get Brill an audience, or get Orin, the high elf that's with you guys now, an audience with Brill, who is like the de facto leader of Gold. And you don't take no for an answer.
Okay.
You don't leave Gold until Orin is installed in Gold.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a few questions here because we've obviously displayed that we are not shy about committing violence. So I want to make sure we are all on the same page here on what you want and not want
Thank
us to
you.
do. So exactly how much violence are we allowed to perpetrate? Do you not want us to kill anybody? Are we allowed to do a little bit of killing? Like, where's the line? Tell us where the line is.
To the point. So Vinny doesn't seem like, so during this conversation, I mean, I imagine Yarrow maybe was a little skeptical just coming right out and saying it in front of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Skeptical.
Well, I guess you of like saying, hey, are we allowed to murder people essentially is what you're getting at here.
No, I mean, I straight up said it. I'm not shy.
Okay. So, well, Vinny is pretty unabashed with his response, and he says, all right, listen, if you can do this job without killing someone, then don't kill anybody. I find, and I think you would agree, that if you think about it long enough and you get to the right people, you don't need to murder people.
So I agree with you, Vinny. However, as we've clearly demonstrated, we've been forced in situations where that was the only option. So I'm asking you, if we're given the option of either retiring from the position or kill a couple people or a bunch of people, which would you prefer us to choose?
Listen, if you don't get caught and they can't trace it back to me, I don't care what you do.
Okay. That's all I need
But
to know.
B, and this is an important point, you guys need to probably, I mean, listen, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, but think things through. You guys killed 20 people. Like, why not just wait for Ambition to leave that tavern and then get him on his way home?
So, Vinny,
You know?
listen, You weren't there. We didn't even see Ambition until the fight had already started, which we did not start, by the way. So there was nothing for us to do except for what we were forced into that situation. So I'm not here to litigate what happened, obviously. I'm not defending what happened. What happened. But we were definitely forced into that. We didn't have a choice. But I hear what you're saying, which is why I'm asking these questions. We will follow
You
the guidelines.
started that tavern fight without knowing Ambition was even there.
No, we didn't start the fight. That's not what I said.
Well, you fought.
We were attacked.
I don't
Vinny.
understand.
We were attacked.
This dude has wings. You guys couldn't have gotten out of there?
What are you talking about? It's a tavern. You think Roki's gonna fly us out of the tavern that has a roof?
You guys must not be. You guys look pretty capable, but if you can't handle escaping a bunch of drunk thugs,
all right, Vinny.
maybe.
All right, we'll just be on our way then. What do you want from us? We did what we needed. We did what we had to do.
Okay, you don't need to get all prickly. I'm just saying you guys made a mess and it doesn't sound like you had a whole lot of a plan. So maybe when you go to gold,
Vinny, we had a plan.
Come up with a plan.
It was blown up by forces outside of our control. So I'm just saying when everything hits the fan, we do what we had to do, which is all we did. We didn't plan to do that. We were forced into it. There was no other alternative.
Good plans account for the unexpected.
What is that, Duke? I don't know that.
When you're in one, stop digging.
Yep.
I'm not digging any holes. I'm just telling the truth.
Uh-huh.
So he'll say basically
from Yara's perspective, we were straight up forced in that fight, and he doesn't need to work for Vinny, so he's totally fine walking away. So he doesn't like what Yara doesn't like what Vinny is insinuating, so that's why he's coming back at him.
Yeah, that's fine. And so I'll just repeat because I kind of forgot what I said, but he'll say, all right. There's no need to get prickly. All I'm saying is, please have a plan, because I can't
100%.
afford to have you, well, not you guys, but to have any sort of all-out murder fest happen in gold. If this can happen, on the down low, that's what I want.
So listen, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Listen, everybody failed a little bit in this last encounter. We failed to do exactly what you wanted. You didn't really tell us. The instructions were vague enough that we thought we thought we had to do whatever we had to do to get what you wanted. So, listen, it was a bad job. Nobody's disagreeing. That's why we're sorting these things out ahead of time. We'll take different approach going forward.
Okay. And at this point, what does he say? Vinny says, all right, this, let's just, he hand waves, let's just move on type of thing, and says, you guys had, sorry, I'm scatterbrained here. He says, all right, this, Orin needs to get to gold as soon as possible. And today's a new day. So, Vinny says, you guys, a lot happened yesterday. Let's take a day and early tomorrow morning, meet here with Orin. I'll provide, you guys will have a wagon and some, nope, I'm going to take that back. I'm not providing you a wagon and horses. Meet here with Orin and you guys will head to gold. Okay.
Last question. If we run into Jeff again, what do you want us to do?
Send him my way.
Like, just tell him to go to you or escort him here?
Yeah, just give him to, I'm sure he can find the mansion. Okay. He says, you know what? And he leans over to the large orc, whisper, he doesn't even whisper in his ear. He just says, hey, let the city guard, what does Jeff look like?
I described
Jeff. He leans back over to you guys. You describe him.
Yeah.
He describes him. He says, hey, have the city guard be on the lookout for dude shroomed out of his mind, essentially.
Searching for marbles.
And Utag nods his head, and he exits over here. And then he kind of gets like I don't know how to describe, an ornery look on his face. And he opens up a drawer to the side here and says, all right, listen, you guys, last time I gave you guys one of these coins, it was a mess. And he's like holding up a coin. He says, you guys cost me a lot of money, like a lot. I'm not doing that again.
I cast Stark a significant glance.
Stark still doesn't even have his plate armor yet, so he's still just like.
All I asked for was plate armor.
Yeah, the most expensive thing on the menu. But he says, yeah, we're not doing that. And he throws the coin back into the drawer and instead pulls out this, well, I mean, I guess it'll be however many of you there are, leather pouches full of clinking gold. And instead of, because you guys are probably like either sitting or standing right here, instead of like putting them on the tables, he holds them up in his right hand and says, Arisma, do be a dear and hand these to our what do I want to call you guys? Our friends here. And immediately like the smirk leaves her face.
Very suspicious of her. Like I'm like tracking every single movement.
So she like immediately the smirk that this whole thing, and she lost a little bit of it when like Vinny like was ready to move on, and you guys are kind of, you're not in his good graces, but you're
not in his bad graces.
Yeah, he's not trying to behead you guys or anything like
right.
that. So she lost a little bit, but was still like pretty happy with how this was going. Immediately the smirk is gone, and you kind of see her, she like blushes a little bit and just like embarrassment, but she stands there for a second. And Vinny, it was holding up here, and then just kind of like nothing moves except his arm, but he like aggressively slams it on the table and says, quickly. And she moves forward, like a little fearful of Vinny with, how many of you guys even are there? 1, 2, 3, Stark is 4.
5. No, not 5.
4.
Peter doesn't count.
Yeah. Peter's not here.
So you guys, this is, normally I'm a little more generous with my payments, but as I said earlier, there are multiple people that I need to convince that nothing needs to happen after the whole tavern fiasco. So that came out of your cut, and he hands you, or Arisma is at this point handing you guys all get 50 gold.
Yarrow just says, that's fair.
When she hands it to me, I say, thank you, my lady, and I kind of like bow a little bit.
She like quickly, you were like the last one, she quickly just like swooshes in her dress, does a 180, and immediately goes back and doesn't make eye contact with anybody.
Yarrow doesn't make eye contact either. He just has no reaction, except, I mean, he's tracking her every movement, just to make sure she doesn't do anything, but he does not engage on any level.
Yeah, so she doesn't try to do anything. She just, as quickly to get over with as quickly as possible, drops it in your hand, drops it in your hand, drops it in your hand. When Roki says that, she quickly turned, didn't say anything, went back to her spot, now just beat red in the face, looking at the ground.
Now Yarrow is smirking.
And so Vinny is still looking haggard and exhausted. His cigar is mostly gone at this point. Says, now, is there anything else?
Yarrow quickly messages Roki. Anything else we need to ask?
Transportation.
How are we going to get to Gold?
I mean,
do you expect us to walk there? Is what I'm asking. If we need to get there as quickly as possible, some transportation probably would speed us on our way.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, Yarrow, old boy.
Because when I said that earlier, I really did misspeak, and I wasn't planning on giving that to you guys, but it came up, so 24.
Nice.
That's something that
That's good
in my
enough.
other group, we always try and get transportation paid for us. So
Yeah.
I definitely would have tried that anyway.
He pulls out, I don't know what a wagon, and I mean, it'd probably be a team of 2 horses to pull the wagon, but essentially I'm going to give you the gold for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Rather than like look up the value and then give you that gold. And
Yeah, or
gold.
just basically say that the gatekeeper dude will acquire one for us.
Oh yeah, it'll
tomorrow
be.
morning.
So Vinny rolls his eyes a little bit and just says, "When you guys are here tomorrow morning, it'll be here waiting on you."
Okay.
That's
Thank
what he
you.
says.
And then we leave.
As we open the door, by the way, going through, Torvar is again official business. You know, just yelling that out as you walk down the hallway.
Official.
Wait, do we
business,
go?
business,
Wait,
business.
surely we exit through the back. Like, there's no way Vinny would want us to exit through the front.
You definitely. That's a good point. That Vinny would have thought of, and I probably wouldn't have. So, I mean, you guys, every time you've exited his room, you've always exited and entered.
No,
through
yeah, this room, yeah, but when we exit the palace, we're not going
Yeah,
back
no,
through the front.
I literally mean as we're exiting this room.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Torvar's
meant.
Oh,
yelling.
well, so you
official
guys don't even
business.
like, you guys at this point are probably assuming you're going to exit this way,
Yeah.
and the guard starts to like take you out, and then he says, on second thought, maybe we should let these gentlemen and gentle birds use the, he doesn't actually say that, let them use the side exit. And the guard nods and you exit out this, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but this left side here, winding hallways as best as you do to try to map out any sort of map. It's like every time you get to like a fork in the hallway, you take one side that you're, well, this side's completely new, but I will explain. Like the previous times you came in here, every one of you guys, you get to a side and you pick one, and you've got this weird sensation that like, I don't think this is going to lead to Vinny's room. Or as you exit, I don't think this is going to lead to the exit.
Yeah, we
Yep.
get it. It's magical.
It's-
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yaru notes this sensation for the record.
Roki
And
already
it's not
knows
like
this because
you can't put your finger. Maybe Roki because he actually has the background, but otherwise it just like you guys just feel like, man, this thing is amazing here. Is really what it feels like. But you guys exit through the side. You can still hear the people are still full tilt. Some are trying to chant. Some are just, you can hear like glass breaking every once in a while. But you guys exit through the side. There's nice little like shrubbery that's hides your escape.
Yaru, as
Or
soon
not
as
escape, but
as soon as the party is in their own company again, meaning none of Vinny's soldiers are around.
Yeah.
Yaru looks around and said, "Well, I thought that would go worse."
it went better than I was expecting. That's for sure.
I told you guys. Vinny's cool with us.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yep.
All right. I
Also,
probably gotta
by the
call it
way,
there, but
Yeah.
was fun.
Real quick, guys. Like, I don't think we should kill people. Just saying.
So now Yaru and Yaru actually says that. I'm like, oh, now you have a problem with killing people.
I've always had a problem with actually like full killing people. Yeah.
Roki, I hate to break it to you, but I'm pretty sure you threw every punch first in every single fight.
Hey, punching someone isn't killing someone. And premeditating, like, hey, if we do this, should we just kill people? Like,
Important thing to note: you guys have your weapons back. They took you by the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
entrance, not outside, to get your weapons back. Good.
Yaru's like, so full disclosure, Yaru is chaotic neutral. So it's not like he's evil. He's just willing to do whatever.
Right,
Torvar's in
yeah.
the same boat. No compunction.
Right.
Like doesn't
Yeah.
desire to kill, but it
Yeah.
doesn't
I'm
bother
assuming
him.
Stark and Roki are in the same boat, or we're not willing to kill
Yeah.
people just to make it easy.
So all Yaru's gonna Yaru makes the jab about how Roki starts every engagement first, but he says, "Hey, listen, I'm fine with that. If we can figure out a way to not kill people, I'm cool with that. We didn't have a choice in the tavern, right? But I'm totally cool with not doing it if that's the way we can go. And obviously, Vinny doesn't want us to in general, unless we can get away with it. But yeah, I'm cool with that as a last resort. I don't have a problem."
Stark is of the mindset like, hey, maybe we let's not kill people.
But legitimately,
Yeah.
there was no other way in the tavern. Like there.
But
Right.
there was, though, as what I.
Doc, there really wasn't.
It's in the past. There literally was. Nobody brandished a weapon until you guys brandished a weapon.
You really,
mean,
You
from our
literally,
perspective,
it was a bar. It was literally just going to be a bar fight until you guys started using weapons.
when
and
there's
spells.
that many enemies and they're that aggressively antagonistic, I don't know how you thought it could have gone differently.
In a bar fight, do people just like beat you to a pulp until you die?
Yeah.
No, they knock you unconscious and then like revel in their victory. You guys were, if you guys hadn't pulled a weapon, how it was going to go is you guys were just going to get beaten senseless, KO'd, thrown out on the street, wake up the next day. That was it.
Yeah, but I don't know why you would think we would be okay. Like, why wouldn't we draw our weapons? Is my thing. If a fight
Because
starts,
you're a murder hobo. Non-murder
exactly.
hobos think of anything other than
exactly
what's right in front of them.
No, I'm saying even in real life, Doc, if you get jumped, you're pulling your weapons. Like, period. Doesn't matter where it is.
All right, I gotta
Anyway,
run.
it's in
But
the
that was
past.
fun.
All right, catch you later.
We made it through.
Yeah, I'm
The
surprised.
confrontation
I
with
honestly
Vinny.
thought we were
Yeah.
gonna have to fight.
And we got money out of it.
I
That's the part
know.
I'm happy
Yeah.
about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Torvar, the diplomatist.
The diplomatist. Just
The
a little,
diplomat.
just a little bit of.
Didn't even have
Oh,
to use any rolls.
I know.
either.
The second rolls were needed, Torvar deftly handed it off to Yaru.
The whole
Yeah.
thing I think really turned on. We haven't succeeded yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was very clutch.
It was nice.
I was trying to come up with,
Yeah.
trying to come up with something like that, but I was drawing blanks, so that was definitely clutch.
All right, boys, that was fun. I got to run,
Yep.
Okay.
See ya.
take a
See
trash
ya.
out and stuff like that. But thank you, Doc. That was a good time.
Yep. Good stuff.
I had
Good
fun.
night,
All right.
to everybody.
Take it easy, everybody.